Hey guys, we're at the SF Music Tech Summit 2016 here, and I'm standing next to Benji Rogers, founder of PledgeMusic, which is arguably one of the pioneers in crowdfunding for musicians. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
Second, Benji has come up with a new baby, an innovative project called BlockChain Music Project, which is probably going to change the landscape of music licensing and ownership. So Benji, we're really excited about this. Had the opportunity to listen to your presentation earlier. Can you kind of tell us a little bit more about your vision and what's next for this project?
Sure. Thanks a lot. So yeah, basically, when I was founding Pledge, I was conscious of the fact that we would create this amazing set of data, this amazing revenue stream for artists, and when it left us, it would kind of drop off a cliff because no one knew who owned what, where, or how. And it began really at the file level. So I got together with some extraordinary people, Ken Umezaki, Alan Bargfried, Chris C., and Bill Wilson, and we decided to create a format or a container for the MP3 Wave ACC that musicians use every day that was interoperable across the music space, but in which you could not remove ownership. So if you as an artist are making a track and you're the writer or the performer, that information is persistent. If you're showing up to play a session, that information is always kept with the track wherever that track goes, if it's remixed, if it's on and on. So yeah, and we're using the blockchain to be that kind of immutable ledger or record to show that this happened at this time and in this place.
So in essence, each musician is kind of leaving their thumbprint within that song that they distribute online?
Yeah, it's basically, here's how crazy it is. If you and I were to agree on a song split, and I said to you, send me a copy of the MP3, Keegan, you could send me a copy, and I could go Apple I, and I could alter all the metadata and publish it to YouTube as myself. Anyone could do this right now. Don't try this at home, kids, right? So, and so I thought, why is that possible? And the answer is because there's no one place in which all these things lie. Now, I'm not saying that it has to be one central repository, because that would be a disaster. But what it is when I create something, I want to say in an immutable place, I, Benji, own 80% of the copyright and you own 20. Now, you may disagree with me, in which case we have an argument, and then we agree on 75-25, right? And then
naturally, right?
Yeah, and then it's getting worse. And then we anchor that information into the blockchain, which means that everyone else can come along and see it. So if someone wants to come sync the track or use it in a movie, they can contact enough of the people in the song from the song. Versus, let's look it up here, 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 here. And the music industry has about 180 separate databases that don't speak to each other, all of which have different information. So if you've ever looked at your PRO statement and it just says usage on it, that's why, right? No one knows. And the approach we took was that the songs are in the middle as these .bc bundles, and all the parties, the label, the publisher, the PRO, the digital distributor, the streaming service, are all plugins to the song. So if someone covers our song, it gets added to this .bc bundle as this cover that lives here on YouTube, this cover that lives here on Spotify, etc. So that way everything is traced back to one central origin that is distributed among everybody.
I mean, that's so relevant right now with the evolution and constant changes going on right now in digital music streaming. Whether you're putting a song out on YouTube, putting it out on Spotify, there seems to be a convoluted message there in licensing on, are the artists actually getting paid, for that song being where it is. So I really dig the fact that, you're kind of disrupting the industry a little bit, really trying to leave an imprint and stamp so that artists, can get paid and you can legitimately say, hey, this is where the song came from.
Speaking to the artists here, I used to be able to make a fairly okay living playing music, selling CDs, T-shirts, and touring. And it wasn't great. I still bartended, but I could do it. And what I watched was that digital income drop for me at that journeywoman like kind of level where you're just kind of, you're just trying to build to that next state. Because what used to be maybe 30 grand a year went down to like 10. But the usage is there to support it, but just the means of getting paid don't exist yet. So I think my goal is to get that 30 the 30 here that went down to 10 up to 50 and then up to 100,000 a year from a combination of the direct-to-fan mechanisms of PledgeMusic and other companies that do that, but also through this means that anyone can come along and we can encourage innovation around the supply chain. So Spotify has 1,000 competitors, which means that those competitors are competing for our works, our musical works, to monetize them in a very cool way. At the moment, it's closed. We open that up and make all the songs interoperable. All of a sudden, you're getting thousands of requests for licenses. I need something for this commercial here, and they're machine readable, quick, and you're paid. And you can write into your songs, like literally write into the songs, not to be used at, RNC rallies, not to be used here. And that's a fact in the track that you cannot remove. You could say, not to be used in cat torture video or white supremacist videos. It's your choice. And then those service providers can read those rules and say, I can work with that. So I'm searching for a song in this genre, this type here, that can be used in these 5 territories, and you show up in that marketplace.
It's cutting edge stuff here, Benji. I dig it, my man. So as an artist, is there a website up now? Is there something in beta? Where can an artist find to get involved in this project?
Yep. So if you go to blockchainmusic.com, you can go to, if you're a developer, go to github.com/dotbc.bc. We have a public Slack channel, so just hit me up on Twitter at Benji K. Rogers, BenjiKrogers, and we'll get you in the Slack channel, and we'll start to publish how musicians can ingest music shortly.
Benji, thanks for your time. Cutting edge stuff here. Really stoked to have you here at the SF Music Tech Summit. Be sure to check out the .blockchain music project. This is going to change your life if you're a musician. I think if you haven't heard about it, you just did here right on rockstardreams.com. Stay tuned for more.